What's up, gamers? How you doing? In this video, I want to show you some examples of some HD mods for classic NES games. Through emulation and through the HD Messen emulator, people have been able to reskin these many classic NES games to make them look, quote, HD and much better. I'm going to show you some examples. I'm going to show you Legend of Zelda, Super Mario Brothers, Metroid, Donkey Kong, Mega Man, some of the classic ones out there. In my opinion, the kind of range as far as quality. You have ones like Legend of Zelda look incredible. You have other ones like I think Castlevania looks really good as well. You have other ones like Super Mario Brothers. Looks like kind of a flash game, for example. But Mega Man is also a really interesting to look at because it still has an 8-bit feel, but the color palette's enhanced and it's got better visuals for sure, a noticeable difference. Audio-wise, they're the same, right? Which is a good thing. I guess it's different than the MSU, for example, for Super Nintendo or Genesis, where people have redid the sound audio, for example, which does enhance the game and kept the graphics. This is kind of the opposite of that, where people have enhanced the graphics and kept the audio. So let's take a closer look. I'm going to do a side-by-side comparison. Let me know what you guys think. Leave a comment below. Thank you so much for subscribing as always, guys. And let's take a closer look. Thanks. Okay, so I'm playing this on Launchbox. I'm using Launchbox here on my PC. And shout out to my good friend Kirk, aka Cubert Addict 1, for helping me set this up. He's got a great channel here on YouTube. First game we're going to check out is Castlevania. You can see the top left corner is the HD version. Top bottom right corner is the original version. And big difference obviously in graphics. The music is the same though, which I'm okay with because Castlevania, the soundtrack that Konami did, is amazing in itself and honestly doesn't need to be updated. But definitely visually you can see a big difference. The controls are still the same. The way it scrolls still the same. It still has that kind of 8-bit Nintendo feel, NES feel, but graphics are obviously enhanced and make it look much, much better. Game is super hard, by the way, but a classic. Okay, next one. This is probably my favorite one of here. This is Legend of Zelda. Now, I was mistaken. I lied in the beginning of the video. Audio is enhanced in this case, and this port is amazing. I'm just blown away that fans have taken The Legend of Zelda, which is an iconic game in itself for the NES, and has enhanced it to the point where it almost looks and feels like a Super Nintendo game, honestly. I mean, you can see the map's all the same, the stories are still the same, it's still there, it's got the same classic feel, but the music's incredible, and just the visuals, I just love it. Let's take a moment to check it out. Okay, Legend of Zelda obviously takes the cake for me for one of the best mods. Now, on the flip side, this is the mod for Super Mario Brothers that I'm not a huge fan of. I love Super Mario Brothers, obviously very iconic, but you can see it kind of looks like a Flash game to me. And there's some parts, sometimes when you're playing, you can kind of see where the image has kind of been overlaid the original graphics, and the original graphics kind of show up. So there's that, but I don't know. This is probably my least favorite one of the mods. Still interesting though, and I want to share with you. Original music, same music, of course. This is interesting. This is Mega Man, and as I mentioned before in the beginning of this video, this one still has an 8-bit feel, which I appreciate, but you can see it's There's some subtle differences. Like here, you can kind of see the patterns in the background that's been added. Like it's got more pop to the colors. The blue is more blue. The green is more green. There's a little more detail in kind of bricks. Mega Man is a little bit more darker blue, as you can see, but overall, it's got the same feel as Mega Man. It kind of feels like the later versions of Mega Man, like Mega Man 6, right? Kind of that style. But this is Mega Man 1, of course, and definitely one that started it all. But this is a really impressive port. Music's the same, which again, classic Capcom music. I'm really glad they didn't change it. There's really nothing to change because it's just a great sounding soundtrack for Mega Man. It's iconic. So yeah, Mega Man, great mod. Here's another one, Donkey Kong. I'm kind of torn on, to be honest. I like Donkey Kong. It's my favorite Nintendo arcade game. I think the port for the NES is definitely a decent port. You can see here graphically, it's a big difference, you know, for sure. Controls the same, but I will say that again, going back similar to the Super Mario Brothers port or mod, it feels like a Flash game to me, right? Very kind of stiff walking for Mario, the movement. Still want to check out for sure and to play, but to me, I almost prefer the 8-bit Donkey Kong port of it. Here's another second favorite. This is probably one of the up there. This is Metroid. And again, even similar to Legend of Zelda, the actual music is enhanced as well. This is almost feels like playing a Super Nintendo version of Metroid. It kind of look at, it's got the 16-bit kind of feel for it. Samus looks like the same Samus like sprite that you see on the Super Nintendo, Super Metroid, right? So overall, those are a few of them. There's a handful of other games available that are also in HD that I didn't really include in this video. Definitely check it out, though. Go check out Nintendo HD if you want to find out more. Thank you so much for subscribing, guys. Let me know what games would you like to see for the NES ported to more of an HD overlay like this. Thanks for subscribing. We'll see you guys soon. Take care, and of course, game on.